What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to answer the question as to whether or not you should buy this uniform. Do you need it? And I think this video, PvE-wise for sure, is definitely going to show you guys whether or not you should buy it. In Timeline, guys, we try to use this character. I mean, yeah, he can get some wins, but he also can get one-shotted very, very easy. He's going to need his tier 4. And sorry to say, guys, I'm not going to tier 4 this character. I just don't really see the relevance for me to tier 4 him because I don't need him. All the highest world bosses that I have available where this guy can be used, I've already done them. And as I'll show you guys in the video today, he can still do them even in his old uniform. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy the new uniform, because you will notice there are some advantages to this thing compared to his old uniform. Now, I'm going to be comparing him to this one right here. Now, I know this is his PvP uniform, but there were a lot of players back in the day whenever they pulled for Spider-Man, or not pulled, but whenever they bought his uniform, they only bought one of the uniforms because they only had so many crystals, and they went with this uniform over the black uniform because this one is better in PvP, but it's still really good in PvP. However, in this thing, you know, you have to play it a little bit differently than, you know, your other uniforms. Like with this uniform here, we'll go ahead and equip it. Whenever you play with this thing here, the rotation is a little delayed. And what I mean by that is you got to delay the 4. And this is something that actually hurts his damage in PvE, right? Whenever you hit the 3, you hit the 4, he's going to swing to the other side. And then you can go into the 5 and you'll get all the damage and the residual damage from the 4. You got to let that 4 play out before you can go into the 5. Now, the rotation that I'm going to be doing in both of the runs for both of these Spider-Men or these different uniforms, is 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 4, tier 3, 5. I'm going to be doing the same thing for both of them. Now, what you'll find in the new uniform is that it is just smoother to play. It's just way smoother, way easier, and it has better survivability than the old uniform. It just does, man. It's so much easier to play. With this uniform, it's literally 3, 4, 5. There is no delay on the 4, so you can go in your skills much, much faster. And again, I'm just going to go 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, tier 3, 5, right? 3, 4, tier 3, 5, right? And I'll show you guys gameplay actually from my phone because it's just so much smoother and it looks so much better, right? It's really, really nice. And as far as, you know, the builds, guys, like, you know, they both have mythic uniforms. They both have mythic uniforms. And as far as the stats in this uniform, you know, we have 50,000 physical attack. You guys can see his stats are pretty much about maxed out. Critical damage is a little shy. Ignore defense is a little shy, but, you know, almost maxed out. And then whenever this uniform is equipped, we take a look at the stats. You know, you can see everything's a little bit maxed out, a little less ignore defense, but honestly, it's not going to make that much difference. But everything else is pretty much identical compared to what it was. And again, both, oh yeah, and we have 50,000 physical attack. So I think a little bit more physical with this 50,300 in this uniform. And then in this uniform, we have 50,600, so like 300 more attack in this uniform compared to the old PvP uniform. And let me tell you what, guys, this is pretty damn nutty. Check this out. So on the left side, guys, is the PvP version of Spider-Man, the old version, and on the right is the PvE, or the new Spider-Man, right? And this is the highest stage possible that I can go against Null, okay? And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you guys that you can get it done with the PvP uniform, especially at level 72, right? I put as little resources as this character as I could, just took him to level 72, and that's it. But you'll also see that on the right side in the new uniform that thing is doing much more damage. One reason is because we can run through our skills much, much faster. I do have a Mighty Destruction, guys, and in both of these runs, I built up the Mighty Destruction proc before I would go into the skills every single time for both of these runs, for all the runs that you guys are seeing. I mean, we're down to what, 33rd bar on the right and the 46th bar on the left. That's a big damn difference in this short time frame that we've been playing. It's a big, big difference. So some people are going to watch this and be like, wow. I mean, you know, like, it's obvious that on the left side with the old PvP uniform that we can do it. We can get it done. But on the right side, guys, we're getting it done a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster. And I mean a lot faster. When you see the final result of how much faster the new uniform is doing this, you might, if you were kind of on the brinks of, well, should I buy it? Should I not? It might sway you to maybe want to buy it. Again, you don't need it. And if you're hard up for crystals and you already have the uniform on the left, you still will be able to see that you can get it done against the highest level where Spider-Man is applicable, where the restrictions allow him to get in there, okay? Now, remember, my account has 100% physical attack and 22% pierce, and I have Odin's blessings on my Spider-Man also, okay? So, for those of you that have less physical attack than me and you're trying to push these world bosses, then you might think to yourself, well, Forgo's account's really barely pushing it on the left side with the old PvP uniform. Maybe it'd be better to buy the new uniform. Now, if you have the black uniform, guys, it's going to do more damage than the red uniform, okay? But I didn't want to record 20 million different recordings and compare all these, and I just think it would have got way too convoluted, right? But you're seeing right now that the right side is destroying. It's absolutely murdering on the left. And you'll also notice, guys, that my survivability is much better on the right side. Our health remained much higher throughout the entire duration because we actually have a better heal in our kit in the new uniform. That's actually something else nice. Another thing that's nice is that he has invincibility on his fifth skill. So you don't even really need a Mighty Destruction on him in the new uniform. And boom, look at that, guys. About 2 minutes faster than the other uniform, than the old uniform. 2 minutes faster, right? And I know the black uniform is stronger, guys, than the red uniform that we're playing with right now. But I'm telling you, this new uniform is still going to be stronger than it. It's still going to do better. It's still going to have more damage. And honestly, it's got that invincibility. It's got a nice a little bit smoother rotation where you don't have to hit the third skill, pull back, build up your accumulation, which is something else that's a benefit of the new uniform. Your accumulation is automatic. When you hit your skills, it's automatic. You have it maxed out. Whereas in the old uniforms, so the black or the red, you got to pull back, get ready to slingshot, and hold it there for a while before you can, let go and go into your 4 and 5. And that you're delaying time, so you're not doing as much damage over time, and you're not as consistent because you're not always getting the max accumulation. Whereas with the right side, you always get the max accumulation, guys, every single time. I mean, and also on the right side, one try. On the left side, it took me a few tries. That's something else to note as well, right? Like I had to have the tier 3 ready to go for Null on the left side in that in the old uniform. I mean, look at the time, man. It is taking us a long time to do this, and we can do it. And I want to show you that. I want to show you that he can do it in this uniform, right? It's just it's much more difficult. It's much more difficult to do it with him in this uniform. And this is with the, White Fox paywall uniform, which is also something else to keep in mind, guys. I mean, that thing's adding a lot of extra buffs. So for those of you that might not have, 100% physical attack, maybe you'll have a little bit less pierce, it's pretty obvious to me that the right side, let me back up a little bit. The right side, the new uniform is really going to be kind of a must for you if you're trying to push these world bosses. Obviously, if you're like me and you've already done these world bosses, well, it doesn't even really matter. But let's do a run against Mephisto, okay? All right, we'll do a run against a good old Mephisto here. And the same thing, guys, this is the highest level we can push against Mephisto with Spider-Man, what the requirements allow us to do. All right, same team, same leaderships, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to notice something else. So I want you to watch whenever we actually break the meter for Mephisto, where we can actually start, where Mephisto gets out of this raging formation, and we can start doing a bunch of damage to him, okay? I'm still tired, guys, still trying to wake up, man. Early in the morning when I'm recording this thing. But, I mean, guys, that new uniform is just so much smoother to play. I mean, I'm not trying to get you to buy it. I'm just saying that it's much stronger. It's much easier to play. It's much smoother. It has better survivability. it really is nice. I don't know how good it is in PvP. I have no idea. I haven't really seen any videos, which is kind of surprising, but I don't know. I don't know how good he's going to be in PvP at tier 4. I honestly personally would not tier 4 a character for PvP, but I'm a PvE player, and that's why it would be that way for me. These resources are extremely expensive, right? Jean Grey was an exception because she's godly in ABX and ABL also. So you get the better of both worlds with her. But I mean, yeah. And I mean, and once again, guys, on the right side, we are dominating, right? It is nice that in the old uniforms, right, that you can move around when you're using the 5th skill. That's actually really cool. But again, you know, we got a better heal on the right. You just don't got to really worry about a whole lot with those Spider-Man in the new uniform. I mean, I mean, guys, this is... it's just like the Null run. We are destroying what we did against, you know, the old uniform for Spider-Man. We're doing way more damage. It's just nice. And part of the reason we are doing more damage is because you can just run through your skills. 3, 4, 5, right? 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Whereas on the left, it's 3, 4, delay, 5, right? That delay and that holding back on the 3rd skill, those two things combined is slowing us down bigger than crap. So because we can do more damage over time, because we're going through our skills at a much faster rate, it allows us to do more damage over time. Right? It might not even be necessarily that the uniform is that much stronger. It's just because we can use our skills more often than not, we're going to do more damage over time, which makes it actually stronger. I honestly was pretty shocked by this. I really didn't think that the old uniform was going to have this much difficulty at level 72 in this high level, but it actually did. It actually wasn't, you know, I mean, I actually did this one try, both these runs, but you know, we're coming really, really close. By the way, you don't need Maya's leadership, man, with Spider-Man, but I'm using it because it just makes things a whole lot easier. And look at that. Once again, guys, 2 minutes faster than the left side. 2 minutes. That is a huge, huge difference than the old uniform. 2 minutes is like the equivalent of like 6 World Boss Legend stages. Minimum 6 World Boss Legend stages, probably, right? That is a lot. It's a good improvement, man. And the fact that it's just easier to play and has the better survivability, just really, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a must buy because, like, if your only goal is to push World Boss Legend, you can do it with the old uniforms. You do not need the new uniform. And that's part of the reason I wanted to show you guys these runs, is to show you that you can do it with the old uniform. You absolutely can. Okay, this is just level 72, guys. All right, level him up a little bit more, maybe level up his first gear. He would have more physical attack. It'd be even easier, right? But I didn't even do that. I just took him to level 72, and that's it, right? And really, I could have been attacking right now with Spider-Man because I do have a debuff. I wouldn't get stunned. I should have done that. I could have done this run a little bit faster, in all honesty, guys. Right, we're actually going to cut down to the wire because I kind of forwarded around a little bit. I could have played the left side a little bit better, in all honesty, but still the right side would have destroyed it. Still would have done it way faster. Maybe not 2 minutes faster, maybe a minute 30 seconds faster, somewhere around there probably, if I would have played this a little bit better. Because I really should have been more aggressive with the old uniform here. Like right now, I should just be attacking. My debuff's up. With Maya's leadership, I could easily just win my skills and attack, but I'm still just running around picking up these enchantments, right? So I know I could have probably saved myself a good 30 seconds on this run minimum. But there you have it, guys. There you have it. Now, again, let's go ahead and take, you know, add another 30 seconds on the left side, because I think if I would have played that a little bit better and just took advantage of the debuffs that I had for Maya, we would have finished this with 30 seconds to spare on the left side. So I think technically, or we can assume that we would have done the right side a minute and 30 seconds faster, which is a pretty big number. So, I mean, you know, I just wanted to do this kind of video for you guys to show you what he can do in the old red uniform, to show you that he can clear the highest levels of World Boss Legend available to him against Null and Mephisto without the new uniform. But if you had the new uniform, It's going to be a lot easier. And if you don't have as level up account as me, you'll want to pick it up for that reason. But guys, I'll leave it up to you as to whether or not you want to buy this uniform. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. DT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.